Mazal tov, mazal tov. When they put the ring on the kala, you scream, mazal tov. Now it's happening. It's Chanukat Habayit. It's not a simple thing. You have such a Bet Hashem, it's Mikdash Me'at. It's unbelievable. Anybody that knows how much struggle went into this, well, Owen was kind enough to take us through the process, like we were together with him building it, day in, day out. He sent us the pictures, so you can retract it from the very beginning. We know every stone and every nail and every screw, where it went, how it went. So Owen, we like to give him the Chazak u'Baruch, Be'ezrat Hashem, that from this place should be Yotze Kiddush Shamayim לרבים, the whole.
יוסי ומשה.
יוסי, איזה יוסי?
יוסי הלקס והתעסוקה.
יוסי ומשה.
יוסי ומשה.
חזק וברוך.
שעזרו לנו מאוד מאוד.
וברוך, תזכו למצוות. Building Bet Hashem, Mikdash Me'at, goes a long way. It shines out throughout the whole community over here. Be'ezrat Hashem, this place should grow and extend and should only have over here Tishrei bo habracha ve'shalom. When we spoke about getting married, usually when a person gets married, you wish him and you say, "Tizku livnot bayit ne'eman b'Yisrael." It's the same thing here. It's bayit. It should be bayit ne'eman b'Yisrael with the foundations of Torah. I'd like to take you today on what I wrote on the newsletter, since I know not everybody has the patience to get to the last page. So therefore I'll share with you what I wrote, and I think it's very relevant to our time right before Rosh Hashanah. The psukim in the parasha, in Parashat Nitsavim, tell us, "V'yak yavo alecha dvarim ha'ele," which means Am Yisrael would go through certain catastrophes in the future, says Moshe Rabbeinu, and those catastrophes would cause Am Yisrael to do teshuvah shelema. That's what he says over here. After all those things, "V'shavta ad Hashem Elokecha v'shamata bekolo." Am Yisrael would do a teshuvah shelema, beautiful. ככל אשר אנוכי מצווך היום, אתה ובניך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך, Am Yisrael would have the entire teshuvah process. And that's the way the Torah speaks. And then, surprisingly, the Torah says something that needs an explanation. It says over here the following words. כי המצווה הזאת אשר אנוכי מצווך היום, the Ramban says it's going on mitzvah teshuvah that we just spoke about. The mitzvah of teshuvah לא נפלאת ממך ולא רחוקה. It's not far from you, it's not hard, לא בשמיים היא, it's not in the heaven, לאמור מי עלינו השמיימה ויקחנה, לנו ושמיענו אותה ונעשנה. Don't worry, it's not in the heavens. Don't be fearful to do teshuvah. לא מעבר לימי, it's not across the river. לאמור מי יעבור לנו אל עבר הירדן ויקחה לנו ושמיענו. Why? כי קרוב אליך הדבר מאוד בפיך ובלבבך לעשותו. It's very easy. So the Torah tries to convince us over here it's worthwhile doing teshuvah. Go do teshuvah. But I don't understand. The psukim just told us that Am Yisrael did a teshuvah shelema b'chol levavam u'b'chol nafsham. It's complete teshuvah. Am Yisrael went through the process. So after they went through the process, why do you need to convince Am Yisrael to do teshuvah? There's no need. It's useless now. It's too late. Am Yisrael did already teshuvah, says the psukim. So why do you need now to go through convincing them? What's the answer to this question? The answer to this question, I think, is what Rav Yitzchak Blazer writes in his Sefer Kochvei Or, in the third ma'amar that he has over there. He says a beautiful thing, and let's see the question that he asks. He asks a question on the Navi Cheskel, which comes to Am Yisrael and tells them, after they did teshuvah, he tells them, you should know your teshuvah works. You think that Hashem wants you to die. לא יחפוץ במות המת, קים בשובו וחי. I want those wicked people, says HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to do teshuvah and leave. I don't want them to die. Why is he saying to them those words? Because Am Yisrael, says Rav Yitzchak Blazer, did not believe in the mitzvah of teshuvah. Which means after they did teshuvah, they thought that possibly teshuvah doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Says Rav Yitzchak Blazer a question. Why is it in our generation, and it's much more relevant in this generation than in his generation, which was few generations ago, why is it that people in one hand, have such a hard time with emunah, and a very easy time with believing teshuvah. Anybody that does teshuvah after Yom Kippur, he feels clean 100%. My teshuvah cleans all my sins. We don't have a problem with that. A person did teshuvah, he's sure and reassured that his teshuvah was complete and worked beautifully. But in the time of Yechezkel, the nation which had a strong emunah couldn't believe in the mitzvah of teshuvah. What is it that in their time they didn't believe in the mitzvah of teshuvah, although the emunah by them was very strong? But by our generation, when the emunah is very weak, we do believe in the mitzvah of teshuvah. And he says, Hagufa. This is exactly the explanation. Because we have such a lack of emunah, we don't understand how terrible the sin is. We don't understand how destructive it is not to listen to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We don't understand what happens when we sin, when we do Averah. And because we don't understand how severe it is, how damaging it is, therefore it's easy for us to believe that Tshuva just cleans it, everything is fine. But in their time, when they knew the destruction of doing a sin, how terrible the effect of a sin is, they had a hard time understanding how could you fix such a destructive event. Something so bad that happened. They couldn't understand, and therefore they had a hard time doing teshuvah. I think that's what it says in those pesukim. Those pesukim say to Am Yisrael, even though you did teshuvah, many of you might believe now that teshuvah, although you did it because you commended, didn't cleanse all the sins and all the damages that you did, because Am Yisrael went through a process of being punished by HaKadosh Baruch Hu severely. That's what the Psukim speak about in our parasha. And now that they know how bad sins are, Averot are, not listening to HaKadosh Baruch Hu is, so therefore they did teshuvah, but it's hard for them to understand how could that help. The Psukim come to tell you, you should know teshuvah works. Rambam writes that a person that doesn't believe in teshuvah, teshuvah does not clean his sins. So therefore, a person that finds it easy to do teshuvah and afterwards to believe that teshuvah works, according to the Rambam, it's a positive thing, yes. But it's a positive thing only if you have the cognitive understanding of how terrible what you did was. If you don't understand what you did is so terrible, teshuvah doesn't really mean teshuvah. So therefore, as a process now before Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, each one of us needs to realize his place. Where am I standing? Don't just think you just go and jump into it and you say the words Chatanu, Avinu Pashanu. What is it that you did wrong? Part of doing teshuvah, part of doing vidui is understanding what you did wrong. I'll give you a mashal, and with that we'll end. Anybody that's married knows the scenario where his wife is very angry at him. So what do we say? Men have very easy time to say, I'm sorry. We learned that very quick in marriage. You say, I'm sorry. Everything that a wife comes in home, first thing, you're already ready to say, I'm sorry. You don't know why. Apologize, I'm sorry. Men tune out. They don't listen, but I'm sorry comes out automatically. That's what it is. But women have also the sensor. It's a sensor that they have tuned in them. It's installed in every woman. HaKadosh Baruch Hu put a sensor in them that they know is tuned out, and he's not. They know that the sorry doesn't mean sorry. They know it's words. It's only words, and therefore, right away they get even angrier. Why? You said you're sorry. What do they want now? You don't understand. Now it's like you're in the double trouble, and you did everything right. You said I'm sorry. The answer is that it's lip service. They're not interested in lip service. They're interested that you should realize what you did wrong, and then say you're sorry, and really sincerely means you're sorry. Now let's take that. I'm not here to lecture you about Shalom Bayit, but let's take that. And I'm not saying that women are wrong and women are right and men are wrong. I'm not here to push the feminine movement, but I want to say that this is exactly the nimshal in Rosh Hashanah. When we come to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and we say, Today we say it with singing. It used to be when we grew up. It was a sad singing. Today it's a concert. And everybody's jumping and it's exciting and it's happy. Says Chacham Ovadia in Chazon Ovadia that those that go to shul and say slichot in rejoiceful and happy voices and sounds and songs, that's not the purpose. It might be defeating the purpose. Therefore, we need to understand. If you understood what you did wrong and you say Chatanu lefanecha, it wouldn't be a concert. It wouldn't be such an event. It would be something that's more emotional, more from the heart, and that would definitely reach its highest place. Be'ezrat Hashem, again, we give the bracha that this place, המקום הזה גדול יהיה, ובעזרת השם, that גדול יהיה הבית האחרון מן הראשון, the Navi said. So בעזרת השם, all the brachot of the Torah should lay on this very beginning that should grow to be something very special.